advanced athlete program is actually the exact level of CrossFit athlete I want to be coaching. The amount of experience, the attitude, just everything that goes in with this level, and what we're saying is somewhere between being a regular kind of co-ed, using CrossFit as your fitness athlete, and in between that and somebody who's training specifically for the sport, right? So I really enjoy coaching the advanced athletes because A, they have a huge passion for this, they're here because they want to, they're signing up for more class because that's something they want to do, but maybe not now, maybe eventually they want it to be, but not at the moment. It's not necessarily what they're trying to get to pay the bills kind of situation, you know? Yeah. Which isn't what you're necessarily in CrossFit for, because really only one dude's paying the bills. But, you know, this is great because now we're at that point where people are working hard and doing some of their homework, and they're getting things like their first handstand push-up, their first handstand walk, their first time to do a chest to bar pull-up, right? And then really exciting this week was muscle-ups. Everybody wants that unicorn muscle-up, and I still remember when I was learning the muscle-up, it was 3 years, man, trying to teach myself how to do a muscle-up. I've still probably failed more than I've still done to this day, so many. And so seeing people get that just gets me super fired up, right? We had Jess Powers just the other day, who's a coach too, who's been working at it for a while, made it look easy. It was awesome. And it's, you know, I've been to a lot of gymnastics seminars too to try to learn how to do this, but I think a lot of what it comes from is having to learn it yourself, right? Without getting too much on a tangent, that's another thing I love about advanced classes. I mean, I give them the most direction I can, and I offer them my advice, and short of, you know, a higher level coach being like, this is what you're doing, no option, I give them, try to prepare them to make the best decision, and then I let them make whatever decision they want. So the open was super interesting. Some people wanted to redo workouts. I told them what I felt about that particular athlete redoing it. They would either decide one way or the other, and if they did worse, learning experience. If they did better, learning experience, you know? So now that's kind of coming into this. I got over on that because we had some people doing muscle-ups the other day, and we focused a little bit more on strength development in the movement, like strict pull-ups, really strict ring dips, getting deep in there rather than focusing on the transition. And I had a couple people who were like, okay, well, I really want to try just kind of kipping from the rings today. And after I suggested they work on the strength, these athletes decided to do it anyway, and it was just kind of interesting because by the end they felt like, oh, I maybe didn't get as much work as I wanted, or not as much development, but still that's
like part of it as an athlete.
Right, yeah. And you got to learn that stuff. You got to do it on your own, and this is that level in the middle where it's kind of like adolescence, right? They're little kids, they've learned it, now they got a little bit of an attitude. they think they know a little bit more now. They've learned some things, maybe they got that first muscle up. So now you got to just give them the best parent, adult, coach advice, and kind of turn them loose and let them learn from it a little bit, right? Once you get to an adult phase of things that are more mature, where maybe you're competing, you understand that the coach probably knows best, does know best, and it might be a good idea to stick to that.